as a couple who've like both got our own mental illnesses, I think we've learnt a lot together through each other's and our own illnesses. Like I said earlier at the beginning of Aisha's mania, I was completely it was uncharted territory, so I had no idea. And during my the deepest parts of my illness, Aisha didn't know what was going on or quite understand how to support me or even just be there while this was happening. So it was something that we both learned to adapt to, and once we started getting the hang of it, or not the hang of it, but once we started understanding what was actually going on, then we were better equipped to manage it, identify things, and proactively sort of make the most of things.
One of my teachers told me you should go to the counsellor. Maybe the counsellor can help you out. And so I talked to the counsellor, and she's like, you should go to your GP, because I think you might have some level of depression and anxiety. And so you should go and get, not that she wasn't real help, but go to someone who can help you further with this, you know. So I went to the GP, and she was horrible. It took forever to get some real help, and that whole time I was struggling, and with how little help they were giving me, it just made the whole thing harder to deal with. You know, if it wasn't for the support I had with my mum, I'm pretty sure like I would not have made it through year 12, and I would have tried to drop out or something. It was that bad. Eventually we had managed to push my GP enough for her to finally like do the proper testing and to diagnose me. I ended up being at the highest level of the testing that they had, and she was like, well, this is bad, so I want you to go and see a psychologist. And I went through there.
I actually, in terms of a support network, I had really good friends who supported me through that time. I think because it was so new to me, it was also just learning about it myself. So I wanted to I was just reading all this stuff about anxiety and about healing, and a really good friend of mine took me to see a counselor for the first time, and that was a really scary experience. But the fact that she came with me was so helpful. I don't think I would have been able to get myself there by myself, but she's like, yeah, I see you struggling, Z, and I'll come with you. Let's go. Let's do this thing. She had gone to counselors for a little while. So yeah, really grateful for that.
It was a huge challenge, not with my husband. We had a great relationship, but to tell my family, that was really hard. And, I don't know that I actually even spelled it out to them at the time, which is really quite sad given how close I was. It was much easier, and has been much easier since, to talk openly and publicly about that time in my life for the benefit of other people than it would be for me to share that with my family. Not sure what it is about that, except that perhaps you love your family so much you don't want them to hurt for you, and I think that might have been part of it for me at that time.
In terms of family, I think there was still a lot of cultural barriers to understanding mental health. I don't know if I had the language to sort of talk about mental health to my parents in a way that they would understand. So what I did was just really try to learn about myself and all the, tools that I had developed to help me manage my anxiety, and then pass that on to them. So it was okay, so I know that if I have a panic attack, for example, I need fresh air, or I need someone to just talk to me and distract me and get me out of my head, or to, rub my back or something, just to bring me into the present moment. I learned all these things, and so I just pass that on to my family. If I'm ever in this situation, this is what you got to do, all right? I'm gonna need you to do this. And so I don't know if they fully understand anxiety, but they do know how to like support me if I ever feel anxious.
All of that happening to me, it's what has sparked my interest in this, and the fact that it seems like nobody else seemed to know what mental illness was, or the fact that nobody seemed to want to talk about it at all. All of my big projects so far in life has surrounded mental illness, because I really want to push it at people and show them that this is not as taboo as you think it is. It's not that scary. It can be scary because people don't often have help to understand this. So by showing people this and showing them who I am and the fact that I have it, I want to show that it's not this big scary monster that's hiding, that if you say its name, it's going to attack you.
I don't like showing my weak side. Like, I don't like showing those bad days. I'm very protective of that, if anything. Like, I don't like people seeing when I'm struggling. But at the same time, it's important for everybody to know that everybody struggles. And it's not one group, disability or not. It's everybody struggles with something. Could be, grief from loss. It could be anything, and everybody's going through something, whatever it may be. And it's just a matter of knowing that you're not the only one going through that. Some people feel so isolated and think that they're alone, and that there's always somebody out there. So whether it is something like Lifeline or those groups out there that can help people, or even just having a friend to talk to, somebody who knows, like, to not bottle it all up. I just think if you can share it, then it's like a problem shared is a problem halved. I think the main thing is just not feeling that you are alone.